We're here at Kessler Foundation. Rodger DeRose is, in fact, the CEO. We've had many conversations on the air and off. Tonight, all these folks are gathered for a forum, a discussion that I'm honored, proud to moderate on the research going on at the foundation, but it's more important, not more importantly, but its connection to veterans, quality of life issues for veterans, spinal cord injuries for veterans, and truthfully, employment. Why is this forum so important, Rodger?
You know, Steve, when we think of our vets, this is one way for us to thank them for the service that they provide to our country. And, you know, it's expertise that we have, both in mobility-related research, cognitive-related research, and then, importantly, the ability to help them transition back into this community, into the work life, and transition those military skills through employment. And so those are all areas that we have specialty in, and it's one of the reasons why we're holding tonight's event, to express not only our gratitude to the veterans, but also tell major sponsors and donors about the work that we do every day.
You know, as we've talked, as I said, both on the air and off, one of the things that always strikes me is the desire to take very sophisticated research and apply it, if you will, to the lives of people who are dealing with spinal cord injuries, brain injuries, and really improve the quality of their life. But the employment issue here is huge. Why is it so challenging for so many veterans who have physical and cognitive challenges?
You know, and it's not just veterans that have this issue. It's most of the people with disabilities face the same type of issue. And in this particular case, what we're trying to do is take all of those multiple skill sets that a veteran has learned while they were in the service.
Such as?
Well, they might have been involved in artificial intelligence. They might have been involved in computer-based programming. They might have been involved in drone-based programming.
How about team building?
And team building.
Leadership, you and I talk about all the time.
Absolutely, leadership, the fact that they're mission-driven, the fact that they know how to react in situations. They make the ideal employee, but also they make great entrepreneurs as well, Steve.
A lot of misconceptions about veterans, correct?
Absolutely. I mean, you know, when I think about when I grew up during the Vietnam era and the difference today, at least we're saying thank you for your service to the vets that are coming back from the Middle East wars going back to 1991. In Vietnam, I mean, those gentlemen that were coming back from the war, they were afraid to wear their uniform for the disrespect that was shown to them. So at least today, in our organization, this is an expression of thank you for your service to every veteran that comes through our door that we work with.
Final question. Rodger, beyond the clinical side of things, the research side of things, I also know that, because we've known each other for a long time, that on a human, personal level, this work and the impact it has had and will continue to have on veterans and the future of the research for veterans means a lot to you personally.
It does, Steve. You know, and when I think about coming into the office, it's not a job for me. It's really something that you feel a passion for, and you know that the work that you're doing is having an impact on the life of another person, whether it's a veteran or it's an individual that has sustained a brain injury or a child, based on the work that we do with Children's Specialized Hospital. It's that important to me.
Thank you, Rodger.
Thank you, Steve. Appreciate it.
We're at Kessler Foundation, and we're here for a forum tonight talking about the research going on here, but also the connection to that research, to helping veterans. And one of our terrific veterans is here with us, Christopher Scrufari, U.S. Marine Corps veteran and a participant in Kessler Foundation research. Talk about that research, Chris.
So they put me in the MRI machine and they watch my brain activity as they test different functions. They had me doing some cognitive work in the MRI machine, and they're watching my brain work. They treated my hand with some heat sensitivity to see how my brain engages that. They're looking at, as I understand it, they're looking at autonomic dysfunction and cognitive dysfunction, cognitive fatigue.
Listen, it's interesting. The word cognitive fatigue keeps coming up. It's connected to the larger question of Gulf War illness. You experience cognitive mental fatigue, and you're sensitive to light, right? Day to day, what's it like?
Mm-hmm. I don't have the brain that I used to have. I used to be a very sharp guy, multitask, remember everything. and I don't anymore. I have a hard time remembering a person's name in the middle of a conversation. I have a hard time remembering what my tasks are for the day that I'm supposed to be carrying out. I get into a crowd that is too noisy, and if I haven't prepped myself right, my brain just shuts down. It's like a firestorm of activity taking place where everything is just chaos inside my brain.
So let's stay with that. There's a huge crowd behind us. I don't even know if you can hear them, but we can hear them. Chris and I can hear them. So for you right now, it's challenging for me, and that's not the point. The question is, with all these folks around us and this sound around us, what is that like for you?
It's hard to filter out. I'm glad they want me to stay focused on you, because then that helps drown out everything around me. But it will, if we were here too long, it would completely shut me down, and I'd end up spending the night in a dark room.
You keep saying shut down. You said your brain would shut down. What does that actually mean?
So in the past, I have passed out fully, and it's just the cognitive agitation just builds up to the point where I'll just pass out. And so that's why I'm wearing these glasses. These glasses help a lot in calming down the brain. For some reason, the light that they keep out helps me calm down. So that shutting down, it's the passing out really is the culmination of it. But we've learned a lot, my wife and I, about managing these symptoms and secluding. Like, we hid in the conference room leading up to coming out here. So we just went and sat in the quiet until it was time to come in. And that gives me the opportunity then to sit here for 10 or 15 minutes.
By the way, you're doing extremely well, much better than most, frankly. But I'm curious about this. Your participation in the research itself. Why did you choose to say, yes, I want to be a participant in that research?
I'm really glad you asked me that question. We can clearly see Gulf War illness symptoms in our firstborn child and our other 3 children. And we believe we can clearly see them in our grandchildren. And so to help other veterans and to help our children, I'll give Kessler anything they want so that they can research and dig in and find out what's going on for us. Did we, in fact, pass this on to our kids? And what can help? What can help us have a healthier, stronger tomorrow?
Chris, this is personal for you, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Very much so. Very much so.
Chris, thank you for being with us. Thank you for your service, and thank you for making a difference. Tonight, I know you'll be a part of an important conversation. Thank you, Chris.
Thank you. Thank you.
The preceding program has been a production of the Caucus Educational Corporation, celebrating over 25 years of broadcast excellence. Funding for this edition of Caucus New Jersey has been provided by Horizon Blue Cross Blue Shield of New Jersey, the Robert Wood Johnson Foundation, RWJ Barnabas Health, St. Peter's University, United Airlines, New Jersey State Nurses Association and the Institute for Nursing, and by New Jersey Resources. Transportation provided by Airbrook Limousine, serving the metropolitan New York, New Jersey area. Caucus New Jersey has been produced in partnership with TriStar Studios.